The 5 cent coin, minted in 2001 in Spain, is a small yet important artifact of modern European numismatics. Though tiny in size and often overlooked in daily transactions, it encapsulates a wide array of historical, political, cultural, and economic narratives. The story of this coin involves Spain's transition into the Eurozone, the broader European integration project, Spanish national identity, and the craftsmanship of modern minting technology. In this extended study, we will explore each facet of this small copper-plated steel coin to gain a full understanding of its significance. In 2001, Spain stood at an important crossroads. The country had undergone a massive transformation over the previous 3 decades. After the death of dictator Francisco Franco in 1975, Spain transitioned into a parliamentary democracy, joining the European Community, EC, in 1986, which would later become the European Union, EU. This move brought massive political, economic, and social reforms. By 2001, Spain was experiencing strong economic growth and enjoying full membership in the European Union. The adoption of the euro currency, which was physically introduced in 2002, marked Spain's deeper integration into Europe. The coins dated 2001 were part of the pre-euro cash changeover phase, where euro coins were minted and distributed to the public before their official circulation began in January 2002. The euro was introduced electronically in 1999, and physical notes and coins entered into circulation on January 1, 2002. Spain, alongside 11 other EU countries, was part of the first wave of Eurozone adopters. The euro represented not only an economic but also a political symbol of European unity, stability, and shared destiny. The 2001 5 cent coin is thus both a national and continental artifact. It bears Spanish national symbols while simultaneously being part of a common European currency system. This dual identity makes the coin a particularly interesting subject for study. Portrait of Miguel de Cervantes. The Spanish 5 cent coin features an image of Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, 1547 to 1616, the celebrated author of Don Quixote, often called the father of the modern novel. Spain selected Cervantes as the national motif for several of its euro coins. The 10, 20, and 50-cent denominations also feature Cervantes. Symbolism. The choice of Cervantes underscores Spain's rich literary and cultural heritage. His work symbolizes the Spanish language, national identity, and Spain's contribution to world literature. Engraving details. The portrait was designed by Begoña Castellanos, a Spanish artist chosen for her ability to capture Cervantes's iconic appearance with a sense of both history and artistic grace. The background includes a series of semicircular lines giving a sense of movement and depth. Text and markings. The word España, Spain, is inscribed to the left of Cervantes's portrait, with the year of minting 2001 below. The 12 stars. Of the European Union circle the design, symbolizing Spain's integration into the EU. Design. The reverse of the 5 cent is common to all Eurozone members. It was designed by Luc Luix, a Belgian artist working for the Royal Belgian Mint. Map of Europe. The design shows Europe as a unified landmass without borders, a metaphor for European unity. Value marking. The large numeral 5 dominates the field, with Eurocent written underneath. Design notes. The globe highlights the geographical position of Europe in the world, emphasizing the euro's intended role as a global currency. The edge of the coin is plain, smooth, unlike many larger denominations that may feature reeded or milled edges. Specification, details, value 5, Euro cent country Spain, España, year 2001 composition copper-plated steel, 94.35% steel, 5.65% copper. Diameter 21.25 mm, thickness 1.67 mm, weight 3.92 Grams edge, smooth mintage, several million pieces. Exact figure varies annually. Mint Real Casa de la Moneda, Royal Mint of Spain. The transition from the peseta to the euro was a monumental task for Spain. The euro became the sole legal tender in Spain on January 1, 2002, but coins were produced and distributed as early as 2001 to ensure a smooth transition. Although the 2001 5-euro-cent coin was minted in high quantities and remains common in circulation, it still holds collector interest for several reasons. First-year significance. 2001. Coins are technically pre-circulation issues, minted ahead of the euro's full rollout. Set completions. Many collectors seek full-year sets from each country's first euro minting, making 2001 coins particularly desirable for Spanish euro collections. Errors and variants. Rare error coins, misstrikes, off-center strikes, etc., from this period occasionally enter the collector market. Spain's national mint, known formally as Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre, Real Casa de la Moneda, has a rich history dating back to the 18th century. The Madrid-based institution was responsible for minting the 2001 euro coins. The Real Casa de la Moneda uses advanced minting technology, blending traditional craftsmanship with cutting-edge quality control. In the euro transition period, the Real Casa de la Moneda had to retool its facilities to meet the exacting standards of euro production, which required uniformity across multiple nations and mints. The introduction of the euro was seen as both an opportunity and a challenge for Spain. Opportunities: lower transaction costs, elimination of exchange rate risks, access to a larger integrated market, and improved financial stability. Challenges: loss of independent monetary policy and challenges in adjusting to fiscal constraints imposed by the European Central Bank, and the Maastricht criteria. In 2001, Spain enjoyed steady GDP growth, declining unemployment, and increasing foreign investment. Tourism, construction, and manufacturing were booming sectors. However, underlying structural issues, such as regional disparities, low productivity, and a fragile real estate sector, would later contribute to vulnerabilities revealed in the 2008 global financial crisis. Spain's choice of Cervantes for its euro coinage reflects deep national pride in the country's literary legacy. Don Quixote remains one of the most read and translated works in world literature. The story of the idealistic knight-errant resonates as a symbol of Spain's historical struggles between idealism and realism. The euro is more than a currency. It's a shared European project. Spain's euro coins, with their national symbols, reflect both unique national identities and shared European values. The 5-euro-cent coin symbolizes the balancing act between national sovereignty and European integration. The 5-euro-cent coin is composed of steel with a thin layer of copper. Plating. This combination provides durability, corrosion resistance, and cost efficiency. Steel core provides strength and weight. Copper coating gives the coin its distinctive reddish color and protects against corrosion. Blanking. Steel strips are punched to create blanks. Plating. Blanks are electroplated with copper. Annealing. The plated blanks are heated and cooled to soften the metal. Striking. The designs are struck into the blanks under high pressure using engraved dies. Quality control. Coins are inspected to ensure uniformity and defect-free output. The 5-euro-cent coin minted in Spain is legal tender throughout the entire Eurozone, which as of 2001 included Austria, Belgium, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain. It also circulates widely in neighboring non-Eurozone countries due to travel, tourism, and trade. Circulated condition. Typically worth face value. 0.05 uncirculated mint condition may sell for $0.20 to $1 depending on condition. Proof sets. 2001. Proof coins, minted for collectors, are much more valuable. Error. Coins. Depending on the type and rarity of the error, such coins may command significantly higher prices, sometimes in the range of several euros or more. The 2001 5 euro cent coin from Spain may seem ordinary, but it represents much more than 5 euro cents of purchasing power. It encapsulates Spain's transition from national currency, the peseta, to the euro, the European project of economic and political integration, Spain's rich literary and cultural heritage through the image of Cervantes. The technological achievements of modern minting, the global reach of European monetary policy. This tiny disc of copper-plated steel is, in a sense, a pocket-sized history book, carrying the weight of centuries of Spanish and European development into every transaction it touches. If you'd like, I can also prepare high-resolution images and diagrams of the coin A timeline of Spain's euro adoption details on error varieties and collector rarities, comparison with other countries' 5 euro cent designs. The next topic, 2002, the 5 euro cent coin of 2002, holds a very special place in the monetary and numismatic history of modern Europe. It represents not only a small denomination in the euro system, but also symbolizes the integration, cooperation, and unity of European nations under a single currency. Let us explore its full story. Historical context. The birth of the euro. To truly appreciate the 5 euro cent coin from 2002, we must first understand the historical background that led to its creation. The euro was the result of decades of political and economic efforts toward European integration following World War II. The formation of the European Economic Community, EEC, in 1957 through the Treaty of Rome laid the early foundation. Over the decades, more countries joined, creating a complex network of economic ties. In 1992, the Maastricht Treaty was signed, creating the European Union, EU, and setting the framework for a monetary union with a single currency, the euro. The euro officially came into existence on January 1, 1999, as an electronic currency used for accounting and banking, but euro coins and banknotes only began circulating in physical form on January 1, 2002. Thus, the 5 euro cent coin from 2002 represents part of the very first series of euro coins introduced to the public. Every euro coin minted in 2002, including the 5-cent coin, marked a major historical milestone, the largest currency transition in modern history. General description and specifications: denomination, 5 euro cents. First year of issue, 2002. Diameter, 21-25 mm thickness, 1.67 weight, 3.92 grams. Edge, smooth with continuous grooves, plain with fine striations. Composition, copper-covered steel, 94.35% steel, 5.65% copper. Color, reddish copper tone. The coin is small, light, and easy to carry, designed for low-value transactions. Despite its small denomination, the design and production are highly sophisticated. Metal composition and durability. The choice of copper-plated steel for this coin was deliberate. Pure copper would be too soft and expensive for low-value coins. Steel provides strength, durability, and cost-effectiveness, while the copper coating offers the familiar reddish hue that many associate with small denominations. Over time, these coins may lose their bright copper luster due to oxidation and wear, often developing a darker patina. Because of the steel core, 5-cent coins are magnetic, unlike some higher euro denominations. Design overview: euro coins have a common design on one side, reverse, and a national design on the other, obverse. All denominations of 1, 2, and 5 euro cents share a reverse design, while the obverse varies by country. Common reverse, designed by Luc Loix of Belgium. Design: globe with Europe highlighted, 15 initial EU member states outlined. Symbolism: the design symbolizes Europe's place in the world, openness to trade, and international cooperation. Stars: 12 stars arranged in semicircular arcs, symbolizing unity, solidarity, and harmony among European nations. Denomination. Mark, the number. 5 dominates the left side, accompanied by the word euro cent. Designer initials. The initials LL for Luke Loix can be found at the lower right. This design underscores Europe's global engagement and unity while respecting each member's individuality. National. Obverse designs, examples from 2002. Each participating country issued its own obverse design in 2002. Here are a few examples. Germany. Oak twig, symbolizing strength and peace. France. The sower, la semeuse, representing growth and prosperity. Italy. The Colosseum, symbolizing Rome's enduring cultural legacy. Spain. Portrait of King Juan Carlos I. Finland. The heraldic lion, a national symbol of Finnish sovereignty. Austria. Alpine primrose flower. Ireland. Traditional Celtic harp. Portugal. Royal seal of 1144. Netherlands. Portrait of Queen Beatrix. Belgium. Portrait of King Albert II. Greece. Depiction of an ancient Athenian trireme worship. Luxembourg. Portrait of Grand Duke Henri. Some later Eurozone members, such as Latvia, joined later, 2014. But since you mentioned euro, let me briefly include Latvia. Latvia, first issued 2014. Latvian maiden representing liberty, based on the 1920s silver 5 lats coin. Minting process in 2002, billions of euro coins were minted across various national mints to meet the enormous demand for new currency. Germany. Munich, Stuttgart, Karlsruhe, Hamburg, Berlin, mint marks. A, D, F, G, J, France. Monnaie de Paris, Pesas Italy, Istituto Poligrafico y Zeca dello Stato, Rome, Spain, Real Casa de la Moneda. Madrid, Belgium, Royal Belgian Mint others. Each country had its own minting authority. The production of euro coins involved highly precise modern minting technology, including automated striking presses, laser engraving for dies, advanced quality control, and anti-counterfeiting measures. Initial distribution and transition. The euro currency changeover was a massive logistical operation. Between late 2001 and early 2002, starter packs containing coins, including the 5 euro cent, were distributed to citizens in the Eurozone to help them familiarize themselves with the new currency. By January 1, 2002, euro banknotes and coins became legal tender, replacing national currencies. In many countries, old currencies were phased out over a period of several months. The 5 euro cent coin thus became part of daily life virtually overnight. Symbolism of the 5 euro cent coin. While the 5-cent coin is small, it carries deep symbolism. Unity in diversity. One currency shared across multiple cultures. Strength in integration. Economic power through cooperation. Historical reconciliation. Former rival nations cooperating in peace. Representation of all citizens. Small coins ensure even the smallest transactions function within the euro economy. The humble 5-cent coin played its role in grocery stores, cafes, vending machines, and bus fares, helping to integrate economies at the personal, everyday level. Circulation and usage in daily life. 5 euro cent coins are widely used for small purchases, making exact change parking meters, vending machines, public transport, while some countries such as Finland and the Netherlands have adopted rounding policies to minimize the use of 1 and 2 cent coins. The 5-cent coin remains widely circulated. Collectability and numismatic interest. Numismatists often collect euro coins by year, country, mint mark errors, or varieties. For 2002, 5-cent coins. Common examples: German, French, Italian, Spanish, and other large issuers minted hundreds of millions. Scarcer examples: microstates, Monaco, San Marino, Vatican City, issued very limited quantities, making their 2002 5-cent coins highly collectible and valuable. Error. Coins, mistrikes, double strikes, off-center strikes, planche flaws, and die cracks exist, but are rare and sought after. Market value, as of 2025, common 2002. 5 euro cent coins, face value, 5 cents. Uncirculated examples, 20, 50 euro cents. Proof issues from mint sets. 1 DAO to 3 microstates, Vatican, Monaco, San Marino. $20 to $150 depending on condition and packaging. Major error coins, $50 to several hundred euros depending on rarity. Economic and cultural impact. The introduction of the euro and coins, like the 5-cent piece, fundamentally changed. Cross-border trade, eliminating currency exchange costs. Travel, making tourism easier. Political unity, reinforcing European identity. Public sentiment. Some citizens felt nostalgic for their national currencies, while others welcomed the convenience. The coin also impacted everyday psychology, as many people had to adapt to new coin sizes, values, and designs. Production technology and security features. Though not as technologically advanced as banknotes, euro coins incorporate precise weight and dimensions to prevent counterfeiting, unique electromagnetic signatures for vending machines, fine grooved edges to discourage clipping, high-pressure minting for fine detail and durability, long-term legacy more than 20 years after. Its introduction, the 2002 5 euro cent coin, remains a tangible symbol of one of the world's most ambitious economic projects. Despite debates about small denomination coins' usefulness, the 5-cent coin still helps facilitate commerce and maintains a small but important role in the daily life of over 340 million Eurozone citizens. Collectors value these early-date euro coins for their historical significance as the first generation of euro coinage minted during the very first year of physical euro currency circulation. If you like, I can go even deeper into any of these sections. For example, detailed mintages for each country in 2002, known varieties and error types for 5 euro cent coins, how Latvia later adopted the euro in 2014 with its own 5-cent euro coins in depth. Study of Luke Loix's reverse design symbolism market trends for euro coin collectors. The next topic, 2005, the 2005 5 euro cent coin, a detailed exploration. Introduction, the euro currency context. The 5 euro cent coin is part of the euro currency system that was introduced in non-cash form in 1999 and as physical coins and banknotes in 2002. The euro itself was created as part of a long-standing effort to unify European economies under a single monetary system. The currency is managed by the European Central Bank, ECB, and the euro system, which includes the national central banks of the Eurozone member states. By 2005, the euro was still relatively young, only 3 years into physical circulation. Nevertheless, it had already replaced many historical national currencies such as the Deutsche Mark, French franc, Italian lira, and others. Each participating country issues euro coins with a common reverse side, shared among all Eurozone members, and a country-specific obverse side reflecting national identity. Thus, while the 5 euro cent coin has a shared design on one side, its other side varies depending on the issuing nation. General design features of the 5 euro cent coin reverse side, common design, designer, Luke Loix, Belgium. Theme, the global presence of the European Union. Description. The reverse depicts a globe situated in the lower right quadrant of the coin, with the European continent, in a simplified map, facing forward. The globe is framed by 6 horizontal lines representing stability and global outreach, each terminated by a star, symbolizing the European Union's flag of 12 stars. Denomination. Mark. The large numeral 5 prominently marks the denomination. The words Eurocent appear alongside. Symbolism. The globe emphasizes Europe's place in the world economy, reflecting both economic aspiration and political unity. The lines suggest trade routes or interconnection, minting technique, precision. Minting allows for intricate details on this small coin. Obverse side, national design. The obverse varies depending on the issuing country. Let's briefly look at a few notable examples from 2005 Germany. The oak twig design, symbolizing German forests, resilience, and unity. France, a young female figure, Mary Anne, symbolizing liberty and the French Republic. Italy, the Colosseum, representing Roman history and Italy's cultural heritage. Spain, the portrait of King Juan Carlos I, then the reigning monarch. Finland, the heraldic lion, a traditional symbol of Finnish strength. Greece, a modern sailing vessel symbolizing Greek maritime tradition. Austria, the primrose flower, symbolizing nature and Austria's environmental focus. Ireland, the Celtic harp, symbolizing Irish music and national identity. Portugal, ancient royal seals from the first king of Portugal, symbolizing history and statehood. Belgium, the portrait of King Albert II. Each country's national side reflects both pride in its cultural identity and commitment to the European project. Technical specifications, parameter value, value euro. 05. Euro. Cent. Composition copper-plated steel color reddish, due to copper coating, diameter 21.25, minimum thickness 1.7, mass 3.92. Grams edge smooth, continuous plain rim shape. Round, the choice of copper-plated steel was driven by cost efficiency and durability. Copper provides corrosion resistance and a distinctive color, while steel reduces production costs. The minting process. The euro coins are minted in each participating country by their national mints, subject to the standards set by the European Commission. The 5-cent coin undergoes blanking. Steel sheets are punched into small discs. Plating. The blanks are plated with copper to achieve the desired reddish color. Annealing. The plated blanks are heated to make them softer for striking. Striking. The coin design is impressed onto both sides using high-pressure dies. Quality control. Finished coins are inspected for defects before release. The year 2005 saw millions of 5-cent coins minted across the Eurozone as part of normal production cycles. Economic and historical context in 2005, the Eurozone in 2005 by 2005, 12 EU countries were using the euro: Austria, Belgium, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, EECE, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Portugal. Spain, other nations such as Slovenia, Cyprus, Malta, and Slovakia would join in subsequent years. Economically, the Eurozone was experiencing steady growth. The euro had proven resilient, despite earlier skepticism. Its exchange rate hovered between 120–135 USD during 2005. Euro notes and coins were increasingly used not only in the Eurozone, but also accepted or traded in neighboring regions and tourist destinations. The EU was also expanding politically. In 2004, 10 new countries had joined the EU, but most were not yet in the Eurozone in 2005. The enlargement put further spotlight on the euro as a symbol of European unity. Public use of small denominations. The 5-cent coin remained a commonly used coin in daily transactions. It was used for small purchases, candy, stamps, vending machines, providing exact change, pricing strategies, e.g. $4.95, $9.99. However, public debates about the usefulness of 1- and 2-cent coins were already occurring in some countries. In Finland and the Netherlands, for instance, retailers had begun to round prices to the nearest 5 cents to reduce the circulation of smaller coins, a practice known as Swedish rounding, numismatic interest, and collectability. While 2005, 5-cent coins are generally very common and widely circulated, a few points are of numismatic interest. Mint marks and variations. Certain national issues might have lower mintages, special mint marks, or slight die variations. Quality grades. High-grade uncirculated, UNC, or proof versions minted for collectors have a higher numismatic value. Error. Coins. Rare minting errors, double strikes, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, can be highly collectible. Proof sets. Many countries issued proof sets containing 5-cent coins with superior strikes, mirror finishes, and presentation packaging. Condition. Sensitivity. Because copper-plated steel is prone to wear and corrosion, finding perfectly preserved examples is more challenging for long-term collectors. A well-preserved 2005 5-cent coin from a common country may have only nominal collector value today, perhaps a few euros, but rare variations or perfect proof specimens may command higher premiums. Environmental aspects and durability. The copper plating on steel helps prevent rust, a problem steel coins would otherwise face. However, heavy circulation can wear off the copper layer over time, exposing the underlying metal. Because of their small value, these coins frequently end up in jars, piggy banks, or forgotten in drawers. The EU has occasionally debated phasing out lower denomination coins to reduce production and environmental costs. Nevertheless, as of 2025, 5-cent coins continue to be produced. Cultural and psychological role. Even small coins like the 5-cent piece carry symbolic weight. They represent the daily reality of the euro in people's lives, the unity of diverse nations under a common currency, a link between national traditions and European integration. Coins like the 5-cent piece may seem minor, but they are powerful. Tools of soft diplomacy, seen by millions daily, traveling across borders, bearing both national pride and collective European identity. Mintage numbers for 2005. Examples. Here are approximate mintage figures for some of the 2005 5-cent coins. Country mintage Germany, over 300 million, France, around 250 million. Italy, around 190 million. Spain, around 150 million. Belgium, over 50 million. Finland, around 20 million. Austria, around 100 million. Ireland, about 30 million. Netherlands, lower numbers due to reduced small coin demand. Exact figures vary and can change slightly depending on collector sets, proofs, and mint reports. Conclusion. The 2005 5-euro-cent coin is more than just a small piece of copper-plated steel. It is a representation of modern European history, economics, and politics, condensed into a pocket-sized object. It reflects the ambition of post-war Europe to unite diverse nations under a single monetary system, while still allowing for the expression of national pride and identity. Though worth only 0.05 euros, these coins embody a significant chapter in the evolving story of the European project. For the numismatist, casual collector, or historian, even such a minor denomination offers layers of insight into minting technology, economic integration, national symbolism, and public policy debates. The 2005 issue, coming just a few years into the euro's physical existence, represents the early optimism and challenges of Europe's shared currency experiment. If you want, I can now go even deeper into a specific country's 2005 5-cent coin, e.g., Germany, Italy, etc. The minting technology collector values by country euro coin history, phase by phase, visual design, symbolism. Next topic, the 1999 5-euro-cent coin. Full historical and numismatic analysis. The 1999 5-euro-cent coin holds a special place in European numismatics, being part of the very first generation of euro coinage. The euro itself was officially introduced on 1 January 1999 as a virtual currency for electronic payments and accounting, but physical euro coins and banknotes were introduced later, on 1 January 2002. However, many member states began minting euro coins as early as 1999 in preparation for the currency's launch. Thus, the 1999 dated 5 euro cent coins are among the earliest physical euro coins ever struck, although they didn't enter circulation until 2002. They mark the historic transition from national currencies to a shared European identity and economy, symbolizing political, financial, and even cultural integration on a scale never before attempted in modern history. Historical context. The Euro project grew out of decades of European integration following World War II. The goal was to prevent future conflicts by creating stronger economic ties between nations. The Maastricht Treaty of 1992 formally established the framework for the European Monetary Union, EMU, which eventually led to the Euro's creation. 11 countries initially joined the Eurozone in 1999: Austria, Belgium, Finland, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain. Greece would follow in 2001. The introduction of the euro was a landmark moment, as never before had sovereign nations surrendered their monetary policy to a shared central institution, the European Central Bank, ECB. The 1999 coins thus are not merely currency, they are artifacts of this historic monetary unification. The 5 euro cent denomination. The 5 euro cent coin is the second smallest denomination in the euro coin system after the 1 and 2 cent coins. While small in value, it plays a critical role in day-to-day transactions and represents a bridge between minor coinage and larger denominations. Its value, 0.05, was chosen to allow easy subdivision of the euro into smaller increments, similar to the old 5-cent coins in many of the replaced national currencies. It replaced numerous small denominations, like the French 5 centimes, German 5 Pfennig, Italian 50 lire, and others. Design features. The design of euro coins features a common reverse and a national obverse. Reverse, common side, designed by Belgian artist Luc Luix. The reverse of the 5-cent coin displays a globe with part of Europe highlighted, surrounded by the 12 original stars of the European Union. The globe is partially cut to focus on Europe's place in the world, reflecting the EU's global aspirations and interconnectedness. The numeral 5 is large and prominent, followed by the words euro cent. The design also includes fine radial lines that symbolize the stability and expansion of the European project. The reverse design has remained largely unchanged since 1999. Obverse, national side. Each member country has its own obverse design for all euro coins, including the 5-cent coin. For example, Germany shows an oak twig, symbolizing stability and growth. France shows Marianne, the personification of the French Republic. Italy shows the Colosseum, symbolizing Roman and European history. Spain shows the portrait of King Juan Carlos I. Finland shows heraldic lions. Belgium shows King Albert. Netherlands shows Queen Beatrix. Austria shows alpine flowers. Portugal shows royal seals. Ireland shows the Celtic harp. These national designs reflect the rich cultural diversity of Europe under one monetary union. Technical specifications, metal composition, copper-plated steel, copper 94.35%, iron 5.65%. Weight, 3.92 grams, diameter, 21.25 mm. Thickness, 1.67 mm. Edge, smooth with a fine groove around the edge, plain with groove. Color, distinct reddish tone due to the high copper content. The choice of copper-plated steel gives the coin durability, corrosion resistance, and a familiar coppery appearance while keeping production costs low. Mintage and distribution. Since 1999 was the year of initial production, many of the coins minted that year were stockpiled and released in 2002 when the euro was officially introduced for cash transactions. Therefore, 1999 dated 5 euro cent coins were produced in large numbers, but with variations depending on the country. Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Finland, Belgium, Austria, Portugal, and Ireland all produced 1999 5-cent coins, mintages, varied widely. For example, Germany produced hundreds of millions, while smaller nations like Finland minted far fewer. Each coin carries a mint mark that identifies its origin. For collectors, these national varieties make 1999 a particularly interesting year. Numismatic value generally, most 1999 to 5 euro cent coins in circulated condition have minimal collector value due to their high mintages. However, uncirculated, UNC, proof and mint set versions from some smaller countries like Finland, Belgium, and Ireland can command modest premiums. Coins in pristine condition, MS67 or higher, graded by professional numismatic services, may also have added value for collectors. Special varieties and errors, since the euro coins were a new production system for many mints, early years like 1999 are particularly interesting for error collectors. Common types of errors include misaligned strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, doubled dies, blank planchets. Some error coins from 1999 have been discovered and are highly collectible, though they remain relatively scarce. Political significance. The 1999 5 euro cent coin is not just a minor denomination, it's a symbol of Europe's ambition for unity amid diversity. The euro was, and still is, both an economic tool and a political statement. Introducing a shared currency meant surrendering national control over monetary policy, a point of debate even decades later. Yet, the smooth transition in 1999-2002 remains one of the most remarkable achievements of supranational cooperation. Economic context. In 1999, the Eurozone faced many challenges. Setting up the European Central Bank, ECB, managing inflation targets, integrating diverse economies, and preparing for physical cash issuance in 2002. The decision to mint coins 3 years ahead was to ensure logistical readiness. Billions of coins had to be produced, stored, distributed, and integrated into national banking systems across the continent. Cultural reflection. Interestingly, even small coins like the 5 euro cent reflect Europe's cultural philosophies. Respect for national heritage, shown in individual obverse designs. Unity in shared values, reflected in the common reverse. A vision for peaceful coexistence after centuries of war. Longevity and current circulation. The 1999 5 euro cent coins continue to circulate widely across Europe. Despite being over 2 decades old, they remain legal tender in all Eurozone countries. Their small face value ensures they're still actively used in vending machines, shops, and daily transactions. However, some countries have begun discussions about phasing out the 1 and 2 cent coins due to their low purchasing power and high production costs. But the 5-cent coin remains safe from such debates. For now, conclusion, the 1999 5 euro cent coin represents far more than its monetary value. It is a miniature historical document reflecting political ambition, economic coordination, cultural diversity, and the incredible logistics behind launching one of the world's largest currency transitions. For collectors, historians, and even ordinary Europeans, these small copper-plated coins are silent witnesses to a bold experiment in cooperation that continues to shape the continent's future. Would you like me to also prepare, country by country, breakdown of the 1999 5 euro cent coins, a table of mintages per country, a deep dive into any specific national obverse you're interested in, the current collector market values?